Trump crazy town, Joe Biden king among train conductors. Roll it.
Joey baby. Oh my God!
No.
Is he wandering on the tracks? Is that why they're honking?
The 46th president
He's
of
up
the
on the
United
bridge.
States,
Don't
Joe
jump.
Biden.
Like he loves to
Anytime I
say.
see a train door open, I head for it.
Ugh.
By the way, I can say it now since I know there's different leadership.
Huh?
I used to about 15% of the time ride with the engineers.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Oh, God.
And I'm the only guy that I'm aware of when I stopped riding Amtrak that had a key to get in the back.
Ugh.
So you can tell your predecessor, he's gone after that. Look, Kwasi, Fumi,
Well said.
I tell you what, when I get in real trouble, that's the guy I call. There you are, sitting right in front.
That's a joke, folks.
As well as Steny Hoyer, probably one of the best leaders we've ever had. Steny, you're a hell of a guy. For real. I've kids Steny for years.
That is stupid.
He represents the western shore of Delaware. We call the Delmarva Peninsula. We get into all that.
Camera.
It's
Harry set
been
up
over
that camera?
3 years since. I didn't know you had seats, man. You ought to sit down.
Oh, all the time with this.
By the way, I said when I was running in 2020 for the job, I said, everybody take their seat, and there were no seats. And the press said, he is really stupid. So I don't dare tell anybody to take a seat unless I see the chairs. But anyway, thank you. Back in Delaware, I'm known for riding Amtrak, for being a senator all those years. And most of you know that as a senator, I rode the train between Washington and Wilmington and back and forth every single day that the Senate was in. And they tell me it's about average 117 days a year, about 265 miles a day. I put over 1 million miles on Amtrak.
Yeah.
Not a joke, including as vice president.
Said for real, or not a joke.
Amtrak wasn't just a way to get home. It was the family.
I can feel it
Conductors,
coming.
the engineers, they literally became my family.
Joe,
I used to have a summer party at my home in Delaware. Started off with about 10 conductors and
With the documents.
engineers. Ended up with about 70 people.
we used to go in the
Became
garage.
my friend.
Check out
When I was vice
classified
president, I
documents.
flew over 1 million miles on Air Force Two, and I was going home as the United States as vice president. And one of the conductors said to me, "Hey Joe, big deal, 200." You said you've traveled over 1 million miles on Amtrak. I said, how the hell do you know that? And they added it up.
Math Smith.
But folks, look, I made 1,000 trips through this tunnel, so I've been through this tunnel 1,000 times.
That's what
I've
1,000
been
means.
there, and you've been there too. I also know that it's not just Amtrak. I know how important this tunnel is, the commuter rail, and MARC rail back and forth to Washington. I think I made one of the few guys back in the early 80s actually walked into the tunnel with some of the construction workers. You ought to get inside and see it. This is a 150-year-old tunnel. You wonder how in the hell it's still standing. 1.4 million. A 1.4 mile stretch.
He rode with the
tight curves, so
he
the
got in the
trains
back,
have to slow
he
to
had a key,
30 miles
and
an
he
hour. You
walked
probably
in the
all
tunnel.
heard this already, but it's important.
Somehow
And we're naming the new tunnel after Frederick Douglass, who boarded this train to freedom right here in Baltimore.
Oh my God!
You know, and he escaped slavery. He traveled the country by rail, fighting for abolition and civil rights. So that's fitting we honor him in this way.
And Joe, talk to him.
Douglas, look, we have a lot to do. These are jobs for folks I used to think about as I took the train home at night, going through the stretches of suburban Maryland, suburban Baltimore, and look out the window, see the flickering lights on people's tables. Not a joke. I used to look at them and just wonder what their conversations were
Everybody
at
has
the kitchen
lights
table,
on their
the dining room table. What were they thinking about? There's much more to say about what we're
who's
going to
that
be
idiot
doing to
looking through our
modernize
window?
American rail.
Harry
Let me
Kim.
close with this, because if we don't get it by a quarter after, we're all here for the next 2 hours. Almost. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We work together. We've never failed to meet an objective when we set our mind to it.
Whoa.